Chapter 15. Charlie. Charlie, are you listening? Huh? I shake my head to return my focus to Penelope, who has clearly been asking me a question. Thankfully, our workout is over and we've just been chatting. Still, I should be focused on my client, but it seems like I can't keep my mind from thinking about tonight. I was asking you if you'd be up for a date outside. I have a guy in mind who is very adventurous, but he wants an outdoor date. I suppose I could, though the weather isn't always the greatest this time of year. I think it will be fine, and I have a feeling you'll really like this guy, she says, ignoring my hesitation. Okay, I'll try again, but I think we should decide on a limit, I say. I mean, if you haven't found the match in 3 to 5 guys, he's probably not in your system. Wouldn't you agree? Penelope opens her mouth to argue, but then nods. You're right. If I can't find your perfect guy in 5 dates, then we'll call it quits. 4 more bad dates? The thought makes me shudder, but I put on a smile and agree. Penelope smiles as if she's just been awarded the Nobel Peace Prize or something. Great. I'll message the guy and set it up for this weekend. You won't regret it, I promise. I seriously doubt that, but I manage to bite back the sigh before it escapes my lips, nodding instead. It's not that I don't appreciate her efforts. She's trying, and I know she means well. But the first date was a disaster, and my optimism about these dates is dwindling faster than a tub of ice cream after a breakup. Okay, let me know the details. As she walks away, I glance at the clock. Only one more client until Zane and I are planning to meet up. I don't know if it's the novelty of the competition, the shared goal of saving the gym, or something else entirely, but he's been different, less grumpy, almost fun. I head to the front desk to await Kenneth. He shows up 1 minute before his time, a rather annoying habit that I can't seem to get him to break. Hey, Kenneth, you ready to work those arms today? I don't know, Kenneth says, pushing back his mop of brown hair. My shoulder was hurting a little after the last session, and when I looked up my symptoms, the internet said I might want to lay off shoulder work and let my arms rest. If I could ban Kenneth from the internet, I would. This is a bad habit of his, but I'm not in the mood to argue with him today. Good thing we're working biceps and triceps today, then. You'll be able to let your shoulders rest, no problem. His face falls. Clearly, he did not expect this answer. Oh, are you sure? Absolutely, but I'll tell you what. I make an exaggerated show of looking at my watch. I've got some business I need to attend to, so if you want to cancel our session today, we can, but you'll still have to pay for it because it's within 24 hours. Oh, I don't think I can do that, he says, glancing back toward the door. I don't think Lydia would approve. I nod. You might be right. So how about we just do our session? With a sigh, Kenneth nods and follows me to the machines. It's a grueling half hour with him questioning my instructions and complaining about pains that I'm almost positive don't exist. But finally, we make it through. I bid him farewell and then head to Zane's office. He's at his desk working, the glow from the computer monitor enhancing his features. Hey, I say as I approach. He glances up, his expression softening slightly when he sees me. Hey, how'd it go with your clients today? I sigh and collapse into the chair across from his desk. Kenneth was a handful tonight, but we made it through. Penelope was a breeze as always, but she's lining up another date for me. Outdoor adventure this time. Let me guess, he says, leaning back in his chair. Hiking? Paddleboarding? Skydiving? Who knows? I mutter, rolling my eyes. She didn't specify, but if it involves a helmet or a parachute, I might fake food poisoning. Zane chuckles, a low, rumbling sound that sends a tingle down my spine. I've never heard Zane chuckle, and it is definitely not like I expected. Well, if it's anything like the last date you told me about, I'd bring a wetsuit, a first aid kit, and a can of bear spray. I groan, dropping my head onto my arms. Don't remind me. At least that guy never called back. I'm not sure I could have shown my face again. Maybe this one will go better, Zane says. I lift my head to glare at him, but he looks so earnest that I can't stay annoyed at him. I doubt it, but I did tell her that if she couldn't find the right guy in 5 dates, that it was time to give up the chase, and she agreed. So only 4 more torturous dates, he says with a chuckle. Ha ha, thanks for the pep talk, which you stink at, by the way. Now, are you ready to get started on the competition plan? I'll have you know that I'm actually an expert at the pep talk, he says, a wistful expression coming over his face. At least I used to be. Maybe I am a little rusty. Anyway, let's get to work. The sooner we get this thing organized, the better. Didn't you promise me food? I ask as I glance around the office. Zane chuckles. It's coming. Don't worry. Now, let me share where we are financially. As Zane goes over the finance reports, I can't help but feel a flicker of excitement. Maybe Penelope's dates will continue to be disasters, but at least here, with Zane, I feel like I'm making progress.